Welcome.
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 Welcome. You are very welcome.
You are most welcome.
Welcome to the cult, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Get your fucking shit together, my God!
What? What the fuck?
Hello. That's exactly how I'm feeling right now. Get your shit together, Amazon. What the fuck is going on? Now, it's not What the Friday, but it is it's Thursday for me. Haven't done one in a while, but I thought look, Amazon has just, well, they're what, 1 day away from releasing Rings of Power. So the review embargo lifted. Now we are getting Rotten Tomato scores. Apparently there was some coming out yesterday, but when I checked it, there was nothing there. There were no reviews there. But now the numbers are coming out. Kicked off at 100%. All right, so maybe one or two here. But now it's actually coming down more and more, as we're going to see here. And this, from some reports, if this show doesn't go well for Amazon, this could be the end of Amazon Studios. And what a glorious destruction that would be, taking a work that you said was going to be based on Tolkien, which we know it's fucking not, and you write your own thing and you tank your fucking company, your billions of dollars you've sunk into this. Oh, that would be so amazing. Anyway, we'll get into all that. Let's take a look at the chat. How is everyone doing? Skimitar's here, gang, baby. How are you doing? I'm glad to see everyone back, and I hope you're glad to see me back. Doing a few things here and there, but back now. David, how are you doing? Are they really trying to convince people this show is 100% perfect? I know. I think it's going to drop now. Yeah, I'm going to go through everything. I want to catch it all on record. I want to record everything as we're going live, because doing videos that can change here and there, but we're just going to do it live. We're going to do it live, just like Bill O'Reilly. We're doing it live. So we'll take a look at the numbers as they were and as they are now, and all the reviews that are coming in, and what could happen when this show comes out tomorrow. And if Amazon gets tanked. You can see it's about 8 out of 10. I think it's 88% last time I saw. Why do they always go so extreme? Because everyone who's obviously reviewing it, well, 96%, I think it was 96% of the reviewers are all positive, because most of them are all from the sites and articles from the sites that got free shit from Amazon, or were invited to go watch the premiere, or were told to write glowing positive reviews initially when the show hadn't even come out, like months ago. So that's why. What's up, Teresa? How are you doing? Thank you for the rose. Lovely. Lovely to see you. Fuck Amazon. You get a free fuck Amazon trade. That's what's up. I will never not love your fucking profile picture. It's amazing. It is actually... Where is it? Where is it? I have the clip.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely.
Whoops. Didn't mean to press it again. My bad. I want to go to the comments. All right. Bug Amazon. Thank you. There's another one. Oh, everyone's saying hello. Yep. The story that Tolkien never wrote. Yep. Exactly. The show's heart is not as big as my feet. I know. That was a line in one of the latest trailers. Honestly, I was so fucking pissed at reading and doing video after video, and just, I was like, I can't give you any more information than I already have. I've given you screenshots from the books, which they're not even pulling from, the characters' descriptions, and how they're being portrayed in this show. I honestly, and all the shills that are fucking shilling for it, and the Tolkien scholars that they had, the one that blocked me on Twitter, like, I've gone through everything that I could possibly go through, and I was like, I'm sick of reading these fucking articles where all these outlets are just saying it's amazing, but it hasn't come out yet. Like, okay. They flew them to freaking England. Yeah, there was a big premiere in London. That's what happened. Yep. Anyway, what do you think about some of the Shills and Shill sites saying it's shit? It's funny. We're going to have a look at that too. I've got it right there. Entertainment Weekly apparently has said it's like a fucking disaster, which is hilarious because we're going to have a look. I'm going to bring it up. But first, let me bring up this one. So this was the initial one that I saw. This was it on the homepage of Rotten Tomatoes. It said 100%. 100%. All right, man. Pointing to the source material is fostering hateful trolls and incel. Exactly. Here's what the book says, but you're not allowed to take from the book, which I've said a million fucking times. But all these sites, especially like all the ones that have written all these articles for them, like Variety, Vanity Fair, EW, unbelievable. And now it's funny that they come out and saying it's an absolute disaster. God, it's glorious. Yes, they did. They let the real Tolkien scholar Tom Shippey go after he was speaking to some fans on the German interview for a fan site, and he revealed something apparently that he wasn't supposed to, that Amazon said, no, you're out. It's like, okay. And that was what, like 3 years ago now, like before it all started. So there were a few things that came out recently from other people that were a bit weird. It's like, why would they bring up Tom Shippey when he was gone like well before it all started? Which just doesn't make sense. And all these sources and everything, I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. The timeline doesn't make sense. Anyway, let's take a look at where it's at now. So it was at 100 and then 96. What's up, Boss Hog? Fucking hello. How you doing? It was at 100, then 96, and now then 93. But apparently it's down to 88% now. So before we get to the 88, I'm going to go down and see if we can find some of these reviews. A mixed bag, but still positive. Now, this is the first negative review I saw from ask.com. What's up, Dr. Rachel? 100% no fucking way, I know, eh? So this was the first negative one I saw, and I did go onto it, and it's like a big article on a bunch of other things. The first 2 episodes are full of exposition, unhurried table setting, and character introductions, but not much else. So that was the people's issue, or some people's issue with The Hobbit, the first Hobbit, Unexpected Journey, because when they had the scene when they were at dinner and they were all introducing characters, like you got to introduce what, 12 dwarves, and well, if people didn't know, you got to introduce Gandalf for that time coming into there. Then you got to have the interaction. So it was a bit laborious. Let's just say that. They did not have the right. Yeah, that's what he was doing. So it's boring as fuck, 100%. That's what it sounds like. Is what it sounds like. And apparently we have a new one now. Grace Randolph herself has said, very pretty, also very bland. This was in her video, which we'll have a look at as well, because she said some things in her video which was very interesting. And I just saw that Jay tweeted it out, and I got the actual the timestamp. What's going on, Steph? My full Aussie member. We'll see you on the weekend. But let's take, who are the ones that are giving it positive reviews? Don't know these people. RogerEbert.com. Don't know the fuck that is. I think I've heard of it, but Inverse, obviously, they're a big name. Now, only 2 right. Okay, let's take a look at an update. Oh, Collider. Fucking Collider. Of course, Collider is going to be positive. Still a whole season. Rings of Power is off to a successful start in delivering on its promise of quality. Chance for Captain of Gondor to show his quality. I don't think so. Series with good bones. It's built on a framework of the appendices of Tolkien. How is that good bones? And that's the issue. I saw people like, but Tolkien didn't. How can they write a story that's based on Tolkien's work that he didn't even flesh out? I'm like, No. You haven't read the books for the time periods at that, which is the Silmarillion. You can go Unfinished Tales, Silmarillion, History of Middle Earth. Like, there's so many books that you could look at for the time period, but they didn't have the rights to it. So all the people that are saying, "Oh, they didn't have the story to use," like, motherfucker, they could have, but they didn't get the rights for it. So what they use, or no, it was Tolkien didn't have the story fleshed out. It's like he did, just they don't have the rights to it. So whoever says that is fucking dumb or lying. So let's take a look. There's no audience reviews yet because it doesn't come out till tomorrow. And everyone, there's a new episode of She-Hulk on today, which is a god awful show as well. But let's not go into that. So let's update this and see what happens from 100 to 96 to 93 to 87. It was at 88. You also on the side. Now it's at 87. So that means we have more negative reviews come in. And let's take a look at where it's coming from, because we do have I think 2 here that I have that are negative that we're going to have a look at. So we still got Grace's and we still got the Ask.com, but I don't know how it's dropping when there's still only 2 rotten reviews. Let's take a geese. Wait, what are you doing? Fuck out of here. Hello, lovely Sherry. How you doing this morning, afternoon, whatever time it is for you guys over there? I have a terrible sleeping schedule right now, so it's nearly 5 in the morning, and I'm starting this one. Yes, 100%. 100%. Do I have that one? See if I can find it in it. Oh, no, let's give you this one.
Yep.
Yep. Steph comment. We'll give a Steph clip. Guy Ladriel and Mary Sue. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're going to play. Bad Bunny to make a Rings of Power. Megan the Stallion. Yeah, she's going to be in MCU and shit. What's up, my man? How you doing? All right, let's take a look. I wanted to go back and score details. That's it. 10. See, it's 10 now, but I can only read 2. So it's 87. 69 for 69, boys. All right. Let's go. See, that's weird. It says there's 9, but it's only 2 here. And it's Grace. So actually, before we get to Grace, because I got to change the audio for that, let's take a look at the 2 that are well, this one I saw tweet. I saw this one put in a group chat. I was like, oh, this is very interesting. So Daily Mail comes out and says, "The Rings of Power, no turkey, however bloated and stupid, could ever be big enough to convey the mesmerizing awfulness of Amazon's billion-dollar Tolkien epic." Mesmerizing awfulness. Oof, that's gotta hurt. Jeff Bezos is like, oh, nah, bro, fucked up, hey. How dumb was it that he came out and said, oh, I gave them cliff notes and footnotes to use for the series, but I'm glad they didn't use it. Like, what the fuck notes could you have given them? The only notes you could have given them was, hey, keep to the fucking the work, the actual Tolkien's work, which they couldn't do anyway. So fuck that. The budget for the project was a massive future gambling $1 billion. Yep, $250 million just to secure the rights. And they want what? How many seasons out of this? Like 4 or 5? It is a long ass title. Yeah, it is a long title. Usually you only keep the title to like 10 max. Anyway. Rating 1. A 1-star rating. Get wrecked. Okay, that's just and then they repeat the fucking headlines. I don't know, whatever. This is a disaster dragon. I think people are liking using the dragon analogy and stuff with because what is it? House of the Dragon just came out. I think they like the linkage for this prequel with anything they can get with House of the Dragon at the moment, which I never watched fucking any of that Game of Thrones. So whatever. Plucked, spatchcocked with a tanker load of Paxo stuffed up in its fundament. Roasted and served with soggy sprouts. Dude, you can tell this person is so fucking English with the way they wrote that. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised if Disparu didn't write this. It's so staggeringly bad. It's hilarious. Oh, now I really... oh, fuck. Everything about it is ill-judged to a spectacular extreme. Good God. Cliche-laden script. That's what happens when you got to write your own scripts and you can't use what the fucking book says. I need to buy that reviewer a drink. Yeah, go to England, buy the dude a pint, bro. Get him a fucking pint. Just for being a sick cunt. All right. Dire acting, laden pace, sheer inconsistency and confusion as it lurches between styles. Where do we start? Look at that Warrior Galadriel. She's just a fucking bitch face, man. Just like, what the fuck? Like, who would want to like this character when you look like that? You have not seen what I've seen. Like, bitch. What is she? Oh, there was that meme. Was like, what would I be without my sword? It's like, bro, here's Galadriel in the trilogies. She was fucking powerful without it. Like, most powerful without it. Okay, there's the budget. We've covered all that before. Now, I wanted to get to the bit where it says this could tank Amazon. Such a colossal investment, even for Amazon. Industry rumor says the brand is gambling its entire future as a film production company. Woo-hoo-hoo. If this show fails, say insiders, executives could be forced to shut down Amazon Studios. Now, wouldn't that be a massive fuck you? Oh, tanking a franchise. Oh, hey, I would love to see that. Tank the company after tanking a franchise. You fucks. The book rights alone cost $250 million. And what did Amazon get for that? This is not a remake of Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. It's a prequel based on the appendices from Lord of the Rings. So a bunch of footnotes at the end of Tolkien's books. Well, it depends. If you got the 3 books like I do, Fellowship, Two Towers, and Return of the King, or you've just got the one big book. It's at the end. At the end of his Rings trilogy. Yep. Chronicling millennia of turgid historical fantasy. That's right. The unreadable bits. I wouldn't say it's unreadable. I've definitely gone through them just to be like, oh, what happened in this time period? It's just like, yeah, it's like footnotes of what happened over the time periods in Middle-earth and like other parts of his Legendarium. But whatever, unreadable bits, okay. But that's all it is. Just tells you what happened over the periods of time. So that's all they can pull from. Here's what happened a little bit of the first age. Here's what happened a little bit of the second age. And that's all they're doing. But they're not even doing that. How many times have I said on videos, they're trying to create the novel that Tolkien never wrote. So literally right there, it tells you this has nothing to do with Tolkien. So what the fuck? So and seeing all of these, honestly, shill sites like the onering.net, like if you say you love Tolkien's work or you have anything to do with his work because your whole website is based around it, how the fuck can you sit there and bend over and take whatever Amazon's giving you in the form of like press passes or fucking gift boxes from Amazon? How can you just bend over and be like, yeah, fuck Tolkien. We just want all the fucking access. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. No worries, Teresa. Thank you for hanging out. See you next time. Getting a mass. Oh, nice. Fuck Amazon. That's what's up. Just because you're too dumb to read doesn't mean it's unreadable. All right. What else have they got? Look, the only thing that looks good, I'll be honest, the only thing that looks good in the art department is the orcs. It's about it. Which I've gone over before with Muriel, who's race swapped. But you can't say that because you're being racist. It's like, no, Tolkien specifically described how his characters looked. And to change that is okay because it's modern day. But why don't we take African history, like the Woman King that's coming out, which we covered a while back, and they're changing everything so it makes them look not as bad. It's, oh my God. But it's okay to change it because they're white. But if they were black, would you be able to race swap them to a white character? No. Ivory means black. Yeah, that black ivory. Yeah. CGI orcs of shit. Yeah, that was the thing with The Hobbit. They had the bodies, but because the suits were too mechanical and too hot, they took the heads off and they just put the CGI on their heads. But The Hobbit was... what fucked up The Hobbit was a bunch of different factors. Like, Peter Jackson got sick in the beginning of... firstly, Guillermo del Toro was supposed to do The Hobbit, and then he pulled out because he didn't know if the whole thing was going to get funded by Warner Brothers and New Line and MGM and all that. So they had to do the deal together. And then Peter Jackson took over when Del Toro left. And then he got very sick at the beginning of filming, so they had to delay that. And then also, they were working with... This is when 3D was coming up, like back in 2012, 11, 12, 13, 14, all that time. So they were working with new equipment, like the very first time they were using it, and they were trying to work out higher frame rates and everything. It was just... It turned out to be more of a mess when there was just too much happening, I reckon, at that time. Plus, they wanted the studio mandates for introducing characters like Tario and all that. It just didn't work out well. Yes, exactly. That's what they did. That's what I talked about. Yeah, don't mention that the kingdom you're doing a movie about were black and they owned slaves. Shh. Don't say that, because it's going to ruin our fucking narrative that colonization is the worst thing to ever happen in the world. Okay, let's have a look. Whoever thought that was a wise buy must have been smashed out of their minds on Miravor, the elvish liquor. Yeah, like in The Hobbit. There's no doubt we can see the budget. Throbbing glow over the screen. Whatever, you're just trying to use big words. Fuck you. Magnificent visuals are meaningless if nobody knows who the audience is meant to be. It's impossible to guess whether the Rings of Power is meant for children, hardcore fans, definitely fucking not, or general viewers, because it fails them all. So it has no idea what it's doing, apparently. No idea what it's doing. But I will say, like, that looks decent. That costume, like that design of the face and the eyes. That the only good thing that they've actually done, I reckon. This, oh, what the fuck? It looks like they're like trying to make Vikings and shit. It's like, all right, what is this fucking thing here? I don't get it. Oh, this is the wrong Durin apparently for the time as well, which we've covered. It's just a whole clusterfuck. One fight sequence features Elf Princess Galadriel in acrobatic action against an angry troll. Oh, yeah, that's in the trailer. Who pops up from offstage like an adversary in a D&D board game. Ha! D&D's got its own fucking problems. Let's not go there. So Galadriel, blah, blah, blah. Enchanted sword. What? A bloodless blow. So that's where they're saying, is it for kids? Because there's no, like, downplaying the violence. Bronwyn doesn't even exist, and she's going to be in an interracial relationship with Hood Legolas. So they have a bloodless blow here on a troll, but the violence is as brutal as anything in Game of Thrones and something else. So it's like they don't know what they're doing with this show. Okay. Lenny Henry, who said something about, oh, we have to represent what it looks like today. Dude, I don't even care about what the time this was written. Like, it's not even supposed to be anything like this world. So I don't understand why, we need to update what was written about something that's a fantasy series, which has nothing to really... Sure, you can do, like, allegories, but Tolkien despises that shit. He just said, this is just a story. You can take whatever you want from it. But to just change it, it's like, would it be okay? Would these people will still be saying it's okay? It's 2022 now, so Blade's got to be white. Or coming to America has to be from a South African family and they're really rich, but they're white, and then they go to a black country. It's fucking ridiculous. Or Beverly Hills Cop. Like, do they not know any of these things existed? Like, Coming to America had mostly a black cast. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley. Come on, man. That dude was killing it. It's like they've never... How can you work in the industry and not know any of this shit exists? The systematic of systems, yeah, something like that. So they're saying it's disconnected. Oh, is this this is part of the narration. Year gave way to year, century gave way to century. I guess they're trying to do that like the intro from Lord of the Rings there, where Gollum had the ring and Galadriel was narrating. History became legend, legend became myth. 2,500 years, the ring passed out of all knowledge. It seems like they're trying to keep the let's say text, the writing in touch with kind of like a Tolkien-esque feeling, but it's just not. Bronwyn and her boyfriend. Unbelievable. I must follow the passage as she points to her vagina. No, I'm just kidding. This works out perfectly for a fucking porn. Like, literally, if they made a porno. When he says to her, I must follow the passage, and then she points to her underground cavern. You don't know what's down there, she cries. That is the reason I must go. Like, I don't know why my fucking head goes, but imagine that dialogue in a porno. Perfect. There you go. Declares to her elf platoon, the order is given. We march at first. Oh my fucking god. I don't know if I want to read much more of this shit. Let's get into what? What is this 31 million? Oh, 31 million back then. Oh yeah, Cleopatra. Okay. The Lord of the Rings, the King of Power. What? Is this a typo? Or is this some bullshit? I don't know. How is it 4 stars rating? How is it a 4-star rating? The Guardian. Oh, that's The Guardian. 4-star. Entertainment Weekly. Kind of a Catastrophe. That's the one we're going to read. Kind of a Catastrophe. Independent, 4 out of 5. Variety. Empire, 4 out of 5. Yeah, but Empire Magazine fucking did a front page, like a massive cover. All these different covers. Like Empire Magazine's in bed with them. NME, 4 stars. The Times, 3. Average. So they're given like a rough outline. So let's go back quickly and have a look, see if it's updated. So 87%. What are we at now? 87 still. Now we're up to 79 ratings. We're up to 79. How many rotten ratings now? Still those same 2 though. Still those same 2. Grace Randolph and Patricia Fuentes. All right. So that one can fuck off. Now let's take a look. So firstly, so this is where Entertainment Weekly has come from. Entertainment Weekly has done all of these articles on Rings of Power. How it crafted a new Middle Earth. Inside Lord of the Rings. 13 key characters. Step into Middle Earth. Stephen Colbert when they were at SDCC. Look how many articles they've done on this show. However, see if I think it was this one. Here it is. And now here's the new one when it comes out. So they've done all these articles saying what's going to happen or it's going to be amazing, all this shit. The Rings of Power review. Amazon's prequel is kind of a catastrophe. What? Oof, interesting. What do I think the final number will be in a week? In a week, okay. Not in a day when it comes on a couple of days when it comes out. Next week. You think 73? I don't know if it'll go that low. I'm saying that 80. I'm saying probably around 80. Maybe high 70s and low 80s. That's what I reckon. All right, so Entertainment Weekly, what do you got for us? So they reckon it's a kind of a catastrophe. Why is that? There are ways to do a prequel. Lord of the Rings does them all wrong. Rings of Power does them all wrong. It takes 6 or 7 things everyone remembers from the famous movie trilogy, adds a water tank, makes nobody fun, teases mysteries that aren't mysteries, and sends the best character on a pointless detour. Who wrote this? Darren Franich. Yeah, good on you. Good on you. See, this is where the veil comes down now. For months and months, even how long's been? Maybe a year now. They've had all these articles trying to pump it out for the last months and months. And they've given all these sites all full access to write whatever they want. They've given them all these like previews and everything. But when it comes out, the veil lifts or the curtain fucking falls away. And this is what we get. Nah, fam, it's shit. It's a catastrophe. Good on you for writing like legit articles, even when your whole company's been writing, or when your whole site's been writing praise for it. Good. And that's I guess that's going to expose more of the ones who are giving it positive reviews, because if they're giving it so many positive reviews, but the ones who have been shilling for it the most are actually saying, well, it's so bad that we can't actually defend it anymore because it's so fucking terrible. That's got to say something about the show. Got to be terrible. Guy, what's going on? Oh, plot spoiler. Spoilers, anyone? Let's see what happens. I don't know if we can... Let me Medical and emotional healing skills are tested when an elven lover comes down with a bad case of orky, which she traces back to an orc trump named Jeff Sauce. That's fucking good. Stan Dazza, yeah. What's going on? Hazoku. When Galadriel, yeah, good call, stood up to address the diverse Numenorians, she prefaced her speech with an audible fart. First words to the crowd were, "There was a tempest in me." I don't like how she said that line too. I'm like, you can tell it's so forced. There's a tempest in me. Fuck off. All right, like, oh, jeez. So this is what we're going to get, apparently. The latter is Uber Elf Galadriel, who spends the premiere telling people to worry about Sauron. In response, people tell her not to worry about Sauron. I saw an image where there's Ungoliant and Morgoth in Valinor destroying the trees in the Silmarils. Like, that's first stage. Like, that's the end of the first. So what are we doing here? We're doing the first age, but we're doing the second age here where we're worrying about Sauron. What is happening, man? That's 1 hour down, 7 to go this season. Sound like $1 billion yet? Oh, this dude's great. This dude's fucking great. So that's all we're going to get from the first episode, apparently. She's like, worry about Sauron, and everyone's else like, nah, don't worry about him. Okay. Yeah, because she yearns to see the wide, ungardened lands. Oh, he's using quotes. Oh, it's interesting to see now that once the show comes out, all these articles and these outlets want to use the actual quotes from the books that Amazon can't fucking use, which I've been saying for months now. Anyway. Kate Blanchett. Yep, she was amazing. Vengeance Kick. Good God. Commander of the Northern Armies. Yeah, don't know what you're talking about. Warrior of the Wastelands. Free solos up a mountain. That's in the trailers. Okay, what else has she got, though? Mr. Elf Lieutenant. Look how he writes this funny. Isn't the sun scaring shadow country exactly where you should look for a wicked god monster? What? Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, why are people watching this? And if anyone gets Amazon Prime to watch this, you're a fucking idiot. Unless you've already got it. for something else. Nori even looks like Elijah Wood, so they're just fucking repurposing like the old shit. Oh, dude, there was that fucking article I saw a few days ago. I tweeted out. It's like ripping on the original cast. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Let me see if I can pull it. Because I was like, that's disgraceful. So they said, oh yeah, that's right. They called it a cinematic masterpiece. Oh yeah, they ignored Tolkien. I tweeted that one out. It was, where the fuck would it go? It was a few days ago, wasn't it? Oh, there it is. Oh, no, that's Sir Lenny Henry applauds Amazon's move away from Tolkien's fair-skinned characters. Good God. There it is, right here. The Guardian. The Guardian. Elijah Who, the amazing new stars of Lord of the Rings. Like, they're shitting on the original cast of the fucking trilogy. The original trilogy. That's disgusting. Fuck you. What's up, Orange Chat? How you doing, man? You've had Amazon Prime for a few years. Still on the fence about whether I want to watch. Yeah. Like, look at this. First black main character. Like, that's all it's about. But she wants to come out and say, oh, the first female dwarf, which isn't true, which I've covered in a previous video, because in The Hobbit, there were female dwarves. So we're going to move the goalpost and say there was first black character, all right? First black. Well, there wasn't actually first black female because The Hobbit also had black females in number 2, Desolation, when they went to Lake Town. So there was representation in The Hobbit as well, but it wasn't a main character, so it doesn't count. Like, these people, shit, man. Shift the goalposts all the time. What's up, Arkasul? How you doing, man? Got Prime for shopping, won't touch rings or shit. Yeah, good call. I saw, wait, what? Who said? Daniel. Oh, yeah. First black main character, Eddie Murphy in the 80s. Yeah. I was like, is Daniel here? It's fucking a bit early in the morning for him. Elijah Who. So this is just fucking bullshit. 8-part series is big. Like, I hope this flops to fucking high hell. I hope it flops so bad that they have to, because they're going to be filming the next seasons in England, which I covered before, because they don't want to do it in New Zealand. Because I don't know, maybe the studios are easier to work with over there in England. I don't know. But $1 billion for seasons 1 and 2. Oh, man, I hope this fucking dies. Like, Amazon's probably got enough money. Well, they've got well more than enough money to still operate with all their normal stuff. But if this tanks their filming and all that stuff, departments, well, unfortunately, then that would mean you're not going to get stuff like Terminal List anymore. But I think for doing what they've done with this series, I think it's a sacrifice. It's a price to pay for not destroying beloved franchises. It's a small price to pay. You're just gonna have to go through with Netflix, Apple. Apple TV is actually pretty fucking good, honestly. They got Ted Lasso. I love that fucking show. For All Mankind's a great show. Fuck, what else? Something else I watch on there. Anyway, shitting on the main character, the original characters. Let's take a look at your girl Grace Randolph, because I gotta put the audio on for her video. Where'd it go? There it is. So this is the quote she had about Galadriel. Share. Terminal List was decent until the finale. I still liked it. All right, let's take a look. Yes, so Grace. Let's take a look. Not a great pause for her. Sorry, Grace. I didn't mean that. Only the Daily Mail has stood for good TV and Tolkien. The rest are shilling their hearts out. I just did an article. There was Daily Mail. There was also Entertainment Weekly, which we just went over, which they called it an absolute disaster. Grace has apparently limits on what she can tolerate. Yep, exactly. Let's see what she said. Now, is that... I don't... Yeah, there we go. Fuck off. Okay.
In fact, she said she fainted when she found out. So I feel bad that I have to report that she is the worst casting choice of the show and drags the entire thing down. She makes Galadriel both an elven Mary Sue and an elven Karen who would like to speak to the manager. I can't believe it.
Mary Sue and a Karen at the same fucking time. That's hilarious. And she said it was the worst. Let me replay it to see what she said.
When she found out. So I feel bad that I have to report that she is the worst casting choice of the show.
The worst casting choice of the show. Damn, son. Damn. Actually, I missed a message. What is going on? How you doing? Hey, everyone. Sorry I'm late. No worries. Rings of Power sucks. I'm hoping it dies too. Exactly. Yep. We all are. That is fucking... Go, Karen. Via Karen. It's fucking great. Small time. What's going on? Based Grace. I know, eh? Very rare. Very fucking rare time, huh?
And drags the entire thing down.
Drags the entire thing. Worst casting choice. Drags the entire thing down. And is a Karen.
She makes Galadriel both an elven Mary Sue and an elven Karen who would like to speak to the manager. I can't believe it. I can't believe she's both of those horrible things.
Hearing Grace say that is just fucking hilarious. What else does she do? What else? Oh, LGBT elves.
Robert Arameo plays not just...
Here we go. We sure this is real, Grace? Yeah, it's an imposter. Axel, you're out? No worries, man. Have a good one. Want this to be fresh? No worries. Yeah, good call. Good on you, man. I'll see you probably later.
Just an ambitious elf climbing
LGBT.
the political hierarchy, but her clearly gay BFF, which makes for a very relatable dynamic.
Wait, did she say Elrond was gay?
Robert Arameo plays not just an ambitious elf climbing the political hierarchy, but her clearly gay BFF, which makes for a very relatable dynamic, I felt. And their friendship is like the one thing that softens Galadriel. Because if you're like, if this nice, smart guy can stand her, then there must be something that the rest of us aren't seeing.
Did she say Elrond was gay? Did I hear that right? Am I missing something?
Robert Arameo plays not just an ambitious elf climbing the political hierarchy, but her clearly gay BFF.
Her clearly gay BFF. What? Why are you gay? Oh shit.
We need huge dicks.
That's what Elrond says in Lord of the Rings. That's Rings of Power, Elrond right there. You know what I think of that fucking bullshit?
I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, it's kind of retarded. That's okay. Okay. Even though he's okay. What else we got?
They're adapting, but I think they're trying to fly in the face of that as much as possible. I think there's a lot of subtext here, particularly with a number of the male elves. Openly gay actor Lee Pace did a wonderful, captivating job in the Lord of the Ring movies.
He was in a Hobbit. And you had two gay actors. You also had Bard, what's his name? Who played Bard, the bowman. He's gay too. Luke Evans. He's great. He's fucking great. No one's got an issue with gay actors portraying these characters. Yeah, Lee Pace is gay. Yeah, he's a fucking great actor. He was great in that's what was on Apple TV. The Isaac Asimov show, the fucking one in space is great. But no, it's not about the actors being gay or LGBT and playing these characters. It's about let's change all the characters because it fits with current day ideology. That's what it's about. But you say that, no, you're a homophobe, you're istophobe, you're whatever. It's like, can we just stick to the fucking source material? Well, no, we can't in this because they don't even have the source material to fucking work with. Apple TV has 3 good shows. Foundation, that's what it's called. Foundation, which he's in as Brother Day. Ted Lasso is one of my favorite shows. It's fucking amazing. And For All Mankind is great too. Tehran was a good first season. Second season, eh. Oh, there was also the Alien show as well, which was decent. Can't remember what it was called. Had Sam Neill in the first episode and then he gets fucking killed. I was like, oh, okay. Exactly. It doesn't fucking matter what they identify. Like, you had, what's his name? Barney. Neil Patrick Harris played Barney, but he's gay, but he played like a womanizer. So, okay, he's a great actor. Have to check him out. Yeah. Watch them make Muriel a closeted lesbian because her husband is a usurper and asshole. Yeah. They already race swapped her. Now they're going to make her a fucking LGBT. Because reasons. Because it's 2022.
And I think that, whether J.R.R. Tolkien likes it or not, I think that's become a clear element of the elves in particular in this world. And I hope, and I'm curious to see if they go a little further with it as the show progresses. I mean, you can cut the sexual tension in multiple elf male scenes with a knife.
What? They did deliberate sexual tension with the males elves. Okay. Teach Gandalf magic. Oh, God.
You know what it reminded me of? It was like watching Rope, where, that's 22. I mean, it's
2022. She just said it's 2022. She knows Tolkien too, right? Yeah. What's next? The script. Here we go. The script.
Definitely part of the problem. She gives Galadriel absolutely no nuance.
She's fucking. She's the new Brie Larson. She's just stone face fucking Galadriel. Stone face Captain Marvel. No range. Skimitar, you're off, mate. Thank you very much for hanging out this one. Let me pull that up just in case. I forgot to pull it up. YouTube. All right. So that's interesting. Yeah, she doesn't give her any range. She loves Galadriel. She's gonna have a harem. All right, let me leave that there. Ooh. Oh, man. Okay, that's better. What else have you got?
Galadriel has one mode, and it's annoying. But anyway, the writing also, I think, really lets her down. One example that I just couldn't believe.
She's ripping on the actors and the writers. I would too.
I was like, with the way that, considering you want to have a broad audience, the fact that this scene is in this show is incredible to me. So she's single, slight spoiler. It's like in the first episode. It happens so quickly. But I just want to tell you what you're dealing with. She single-handedly takes out a snow troll who attacks her all-male elf platoon. And all the guys just stand there and watch. I'm like, why aren't you guys a well-oiled machine that she happens to be the leader of? I mean, it was just incredible. It was just shocking and ridiculous.
All the men are fucking trash and they can't do anything until she gets there and destroys the troll. Oh my fucking God. It sounds like She-Hulk. Sounds just like She-Hulk, remember? Oh, so you're saying I'm better than you. I'm like, oh shit. I heard that line and I was like, oh, that's ultimate cringe, man. Like, it's just so deliberate now. It's just so deliberate. Let's make all the men look trash and have all the women be the bestest ever. I know. And it's, I think we might be at the tipping point. This seems like a tipping point when you have a show so bad, so overtly like agenda driven that even the Shills can't defend it. This might be the tipping point where everyone starts pushing back. All the mainstream starts pushing back, and we're seeing that now. We're seeing these articles saying it's a disaster. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's terrible. This could tank the entire Amazon, not all of Amazon, but the filming section of Amazon. It's like film department. And Grace is a feminist as fuck. Yeah, like some of her other stuff, she's like, I'm like, I don't know about that. Yeah, they can't be strong on their own. They have to castrate the males just to make women look good by comparison. Exactly. That's all it is, man. She could have made a good elf war maiden, but they made her Galadriel. Yeah, she had to be the warrior that like is leading everything. It's like, we know what you're doing because it's 2022. And your actors have even outrightly admitted that.
Ridiculous. They just all stood there and she's like, don't worry, boys, I'll handle this snow troll. And you're like, what?
Whoa. Based Grace. Based fucking Grace. Sounds amazing. Sounds absolutely amazing. Fandom must win this. What's got Magnus? 100%. And then they take over the role. They're like, yeah. Main protagonist syndrome. They just stood there, dog. Like, what?
Why don't you tell them like maneuver A or maneuver B? And then her entire platoon deserts her right after that. And I was like, I totally see where they're coming from. And the script's problems, though, go beyond even Galadriel. Maybe she'd be a more sympathetic character if we spent more time with her. Centuries go by, not just in minutes, but in a narrated montage.
Because that's what they said they were going to do with the writing. They said the time periods we have, we could be bogged down in like a century of history in a whole season, really. So they said, we're going to just skip forward like 1,000 fucking years in the story. Because if they actually made a story based on the Silmarillion, dude, you could make 8 seasons just based on the Silmarillion. That's what I envisioned when I first thought about it back when The Hobbit came out. I was like, could you imagine if someone made series, like not movies, but an actual series based on the First and Second Age? It would go, you could do 8 seasons on the Silmarillion itself. But what do? Let's not get the rights to the Silmarillion. Let's just have the rights to Lord of the Rings appendices, which do a tiny timeline, and let's write our own thing for doing a narrative for current day political agendas in 2022. So we have to make prominent black characters and race swap everything. It's like, why don't you just buy the rights to the damn thing and just do the actual story? No, can't do that anymore. That's too easy.
You're like, really? That was a cool shot. But is that all there is? We see sweeping, epic shots of the kingdom.
Fucking ads. Yeah, I think that's what they spent a lot of their money on too, the shots. Because you see in the trailers that the scenery looks fucking amazing. It looks right because John Howe, I'm pretty sure, did art for it. So the locations look right. Like compared to what we saw in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So the locations and art looks good. But the story is obviously dog shit. I just saw this latest one, which is cringe as fuck. So let's take a look at that. Oh, actually, let me bring up the Rotten Tomatoes again, and we'll do a refresh in a sec. Apparently, it's too dangerous to film in New Zealand. Well, I mean, they filmed 2 trilogies there. Oh, the government is in flux. I think Jacinda Ardern is just a bit of. I'm not going to say anything, but yeah, because I'm closer to New Zealand, obviously, so I hear a bit more about New Zealand than you guys. And yeah, Ardern. Okay, people going after. Yeah, Amazon can't negotiate filming contracts. Okay, that makes sense. But they said they were going to move to England a while back. And England, man, England's got their own issues. UK. For an example of a real strong woman from history, look up St. Olga of the Ross. Okay. Or Elizabeth I. How about Queen Elizabeth I? Fuck me dead. Crazy story. She is a fucking commander of the armies. If Amazon bought the rights, then they would no longer have the convenient excuse of, well, we can't follow the law because we don't have the right. Yeah, exactly. They'd be like, well, we have to stick to the law now. And if we changed it, then, yeah, we definitely are going to get fucked. But when they don't have that framework for it anyway, they just can make their own thing, whatever they want. Exactly. They could do it like soap operas, but a continuous story that spans many, many seasons. Yeah, exactly. That's what they think it's going to be, a cash cow for many seasons. But, oh, man, if this tanks, oh, it's going to be so fucking funny. Joan of Arc, oh, yeah. Yep. Anthology, I see where you're going. Anyway, let's go. So 87% on this one, but it's 94% down here. Let's give it a refresh, see where we're at. 85 now, but it still says 94 over here. Okay. And it was at what, 79? So now we're at 82. 82 ratings. Hey, what's going on, my guy? What's going on, Jay? How you doing? Welcome back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know how I feel seeing Jay in a chat?
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Jay, I brought up your tweet before, and then we watched Grace Randolph's video on how she's a Mary Sue and she's the worst character in the show. Fucking hilarious to watch Grace Randolph say based shit. So funny. Where's the audience score? It hasn't come out yet because the review embargo is gone now. So anyone who had prior access to it, like all the media sites, Shield Media, they got to review it early. They got the first 2 episodes early. But it's coming out tomorrow. It's coming out the 2nd, so it's probably coming out afternoon here on tomorrow. What's up, Tyler? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, mostly. So 85%. Let's see if we've got any more rotten. Like, how can it drop from 96 down to 85 and only have 2 rotten scores? One of them, Grace Randolph. It's got to have more. No, it's still only got 2. What the fuck's going on here? And it's just those 2. I don't know. How does it keep dropping that much when they don't have... Okay. Watch Entertainment Weekly. It's a massacre. We just went through the Entertainment Weekly site where they had all their articles, and now it's the one where they called it absolute disaster. Hilarious. It's an absolute disaster. That's what they said. Yeah, we just went through that one there. I want to bring this one up because this is the one I just saw before I started. Oh, dude, the title is no good either. The Ladies of the Rings. I mean, here's your first black female dwarf. Here's Bronwyn, who's in a relationship with the Hood Legolas. Here's race-swapped Muriel. I mean, she's hot as fuck, but, like, sorry, that's not the character. Here's a Hobbit thing. And here is the worst character of all in the show, in the series, according to Grace Randolph, Galadriel. Look at her face, man. She can't have, like, everything I've seen of her, I think maybe one photo I've seen of her is smiling, and it was at the premiere. But everything else is just, ugh. What is happening here? The Ladies of the Ring. Like, she's pretty good too, but Ladies of the Rings. That doesn't sound sexual at all. Okay. Elvish immortality. Yep. So she can live for ages. Like, honestly, man, fuck. She's pretty good in the Shooter series, the adaptation of Shooter, where she plays Nadine. So there's Nick Memphis, but she plays the female version. Oh, look, these two are holding hands. Isn't that cute? Ugh. Dude, look at her face again. Like, I don't know. What is it with your face, man? Just... She looks like she's sitting in dog poo. Who? This one? And then she's the one that had a baby on the set, so they had to make certain dresses for all the costumes for her so she could breastfeed her baby on the set. I'm like, okay, good for you, but your character's stupid. She's not bad. They didn't put Emma Horvath in there, who's Isildur's sister, who never fucking existed. Look, brand new character. Like, how can you sit there and write an article that says brand new character and be like, yeah, it's Tolkien? No, it's fucking not. Anyway, okay. This is why I stopped making videos on it. I just can't. I just fucking can't anymore. But it comes out tomorrow, so I guess everything's going off now. Cynthia Addai Robinson, who's a race-swapped Queen Muriel. The only other character of this crew created by Tolkien. So, right here, you know that only this right here, Galadriel and Muriel, are the only two characters that were created. 3 out of the 5, the majority of these people are not even Tolkien characters. And one of them's race swapped. Why does it look like they're at a drug den? Well, Amazon must be peddling something. Hey, they got $1 billion into this shit. You think they weren't putting anything else into it? Of course they were. They gotta do a lot of work. Completely unapologetic. For what? Ugh. Dude. There was a real imbalance. I'm really excited to be part of the redress of the balance. Wait, what are you talking about? She's 32? The fuck? All right. Being the first ever female dwarf to play such a significant role. See, they've got to preface it. You say first ever female dwarf. No, but then you got to add at the end of it, to play such a significant role. Because in the beginning, it was, I'm the first female dwarf. I'm the first female dwarf. No, you're not. We've had them before. That's a big bit. Not as big as Lizzo, all right? But I'm not going to say anything because she just had a kid as well. So, like, obviously when you have a kid, it's not all just, yeah. Anyway. It's not Lizzo style. It's not Lizzo style. There was no real roadmap for her to follow. Yeah, which means your character's not based on anything that should be in this show. Although some darker corners of the internet might be unhappy about her character's addition to the story. They're going after people who are saying, hey, this bitch doesn't exist in the source material. Oh, we're a part of a darker corner of the internet. Don't go over there. Unbelievable. She saw a rare opportunity to right a wrong in Tolkien's world. I'm done. Oh, I can't even. I can't. I just, what the fuck? Right or wrong in Tolkien's world. Unfucking believable. The goal. You know, we need to go to pull some African fantasy that's just, and then we say we need to right the wrongs of that because it's not true to today's standards. It's unfucking believable. If you project 2022 standards onto just fucking 5 years ago, it's completely different. Then another 5, then another 10. The further you go back, the further away you are from those standards. It's like, you can't do it. But that's all the people want to do today. That's all they want to do. It's a fucking fantasy series. How is it wrong? It's not even based on the... Unfucking real. These people. Yep. There was a real imbalance. I'm really excited to be part of the redress of the balance that is absolutely necessary. No, it's fucking not. Yeah, please do. Please do check that shit. Unbelievable. Probably never watched them. Yep. There's no wrong in Tolkien's book. I know. It's like one of the most detailed and lore-driven fantasies ever. And it's like, well, historic, like the history of that fucking thing. Like, I'm not talking about history of like writing it. I'm talking about history inside that story. Is unfucking real. And to say it was wrong, fuck that. Oh, look, they were doing drugs. We would have moments offset where we would talk or go for coffee. It was like having fast and furious nitrous oxide pumped into your veins. There we go. They were off their fucking heads. She compares Disa, who never existed, and her husband during the fourth. They're just changing everything to fit their own narrative. Who ruled together. Whatever. Fuck you. Massively about vibes. It's the vibe. You guys, I don't know if you guys would know the movie The Castle, but the lawyer goes, what they ask the justice asks the lawyer, what's your reasoning for this case? He's like, it's the vibe, just the vibe. He's like, all right. Look at her face, man. She can't do anything. It's all just fucking resting bitch face. It's like, all right, why would I want to watch something that you don't even look like you like doing? Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Really? Has been a lifelong fan of Rings with a love of the films and books. Well, if you knew the books, you'd know you're completely different. Massively about vibes. What do you want about? Okay, so she's 32 and she's 32. That's diversity. Holy shit. What the 32-year-old Welsh actress means is that Tolkien's work is much less black and white. Well, it's more black now than some might argue, especially when it comes to increased gender parity. That's all it's about. Is there enough black people? Is there enough women? It's about different literal races of beings, not just a human with different colors. Jesus fucking Christ. If it never felt macho to you, what's the need to make it more female? What's the need to make it more, to bring in more gender parity? If it never felt macho, what's the need for it then? Yeah, Trey, you like that one? Eowyn has the most like powerful female scene in all Lord of the Rings. Well, yes, because she killed the Witch King. But then there's also, depends if you're on the book or the movie, with Arwen. She took on the fucking ring raise the river. Yeah, she fainted when she got the role. Totally on board with ripping Tolkien's world apart. Yep, fucking bullshit. Are they Mexican? Where are the Mexicans? He wrote outside the binary. Oh, all these fucking buzzwords. That's all it's about. All these buzzwords. Galadriel was seen by Sauron as his biggest adversary. Okay. The leading age, whatever. Fuck you. Like you. I think she's got so far into the role, unless she wasn't already like this, that she's just got that resting bitch face. She did my physical strength or lack of. Yeah, you're not very big. You need to really get the CGI into her. Apparently someone, I don't know if it was her, but someone got injured when they were doing this the water scenes. Oh my gosh, she wants to say she's been the victim her whole life. There it is. I've been the victim. Sounds just like She-Hulk. The women have such agency. Yeah, because female characters never had agency in Lord of the Rings. What? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Aowen didn't have agency. Arwen didn't have agency. The Sons of Feanor are gonna bully Galadriel. Yeah, she did faint when she got the role. She did. So she said. She claims. I mean, she's not bad, but she never existed. All right. As we talk about the backlash, here we go. To the Rings of Power and the degree of passion. Well, we talk about the backlash. You've got millions of dislikes. You've got tens of thousands of comments that are ripping on it about generic fantasy. Yeah. And you can't just say it's some dark corner of the internet when it's millions of dislikes, hundreds of thousands of like comments. You can't just say it's this is why it's very interesting to see the amount of people that are against this. I think maybe they've been looking at the other companies like Marvel's and the DC's trying to shift away and doing this new, I don't want to say woke stuff, but like they're taking away from the actual source material. And they're like, well, let's see if we can do that too. I think they underestimated the backlash that was going to come from the Tolkien fan base. And it came hard. Let's just say that. Yeah, she probably hasn't had a sandwich in years. Okay. She talked about a 1947 essay. All right. He talks about the value of fantasy and myth. Yes. Cushions you into a world where you can comfortably explore your existential belonging and your existential longing. Yes, but you don't have to make a character look like you to do that. You can watch or read a story about a character that doesn't look like you, has nothing in common with you at all, and you can still find things to pull from their story that you can maybe relate to or kind of understand where they're coming from. You don't need to look like someone to feel what they're going through. This is the big twist today. Everyone wants to see themselves represented because they can feel like they can see themselves in that. It's like, no. I really love Coming to America. That's a really great story. And it's not like, oh, I can't see anything relatable into that because I'm not black. It's fucking ridiculous, honestly. That existential longing exists for us all. Yeah. No matter what our creed or race or culture. Yes. But you don't need to inject that into the story that he already wrote based on a letter or an essay that he wrote. Ugh. She was in How I Met Your Mother. Oh, man, that show went off. That was huge. She's from the Southlands, so she should look more like that. That's actually right. Because if you look in Lord of the Rings with the Haradrim, yep, they look more like Middle Eastern Asian, that area. So it's kind of right, but her character never existed. That is true. I will be in America. Coming to America. Yes, I'll be coming to America soon. And if you would like to help me out coming to America, there is the Streamlabs link that everything goes to Streamlabs will help me get to America. Because I want to be honest, the exchange rate is fucking god awful. So I'm going to need all the help I can get from anyone. But thank you, Steph. I will see you soon. You had your caps lock on, and now it looks like you're writing like... Then you did a little A and a little L. What are you doing, mate? Are you drunk? She's day drinking. I can only see myself in the people who look like me. Exactly. Everyone else is istophobe. Yeah. That's like... I hadn't really looked into this too much, the new Spider-Man thing with the disabled people. But I'm like, oh, that... If anyone wants to say something, I can talk on that one because disability. But yeah, cool. I would, man, I'd love to go on that. Anyway, if you avoid California, I'm only stopping in LA and then I'm going to Vegas. So I'm only stopping in LA for a little bit. Will you let me leave? Okay. Interesting. You know, fucking kill me while I'm over there. I will be in Hawaii when the midterms are on, which I'm glad I'm not going to be in the mainland USA because I think your country might fucking burn down during the midterms if anything happens. Let's keep him. All right, cool. But anyway, let's see. Let's continue with this bullshit. Yep, race swapped elf. Finds a mysterious sword bearing the dark mark of Sauron. Okay, then. What? She has superpower. Oh, I think motherhood is a superpower. That's cool and all, but why do we need this in... Anyway. Bronwyn's fate is inextricably intertwined with two male characters. That doesn't mean she's trapped in a passive role. So the women on the show have such agency. Well, it doesn't sound like it if her fates are intertwined with males. Yeah, what's going on, Alphamo? What's going on, Doritos? You already have a furry problem? Yeah, I heard that. Their hunger will be satisfied. I mean, I'm not going to say the joke I was going to say because it's a bit, yeah, but she's not bad. She's not bad. I was in lockdown at home for many months before you got a call. You're doing Lord of the Rings in a race swap role anyway. At least she's English. London born. Kingdom. Okay. Kingdom of Men. Yep. Numenor, which is like the Atlantis of Tolkien's world. She's in a lonely position, blah, blah, blah. Plus her instincts. Look at this shit. Oh, there's also a photo of her, which I covered, which has terrible fucking headgear. Like the helmet for her. Terrible. Oh, something was written. Sloppy seconds. Wow. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. Yep. Exactly. It's Tolkien's take on the legend of Atlantis because it sinks into the ocean when they get too full of themselves, the Numenorians, thinking they can leave the past behind and do it all themselves. Yeah, I've done I think multiple videos on the story of these characters and what it actually says in the books. If you want to go check that out, previous videos. Okay, just happy to be a part of it. Whatever. The hunger will be satisfied, thirst will be quenched. I don't think so. People aren't liking it. I think this is one of the final shill sites, or shill articles. It was challenging at times. Yeah, you're playing a fake hobbit. Aussie, she's Australian. Aussie. She's got to do like a really British accent though, which you can hear. I think it's her in the trailer. The Stranger. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. So they're trying to build up this whole series, I guess, and then they'll reveal Sauron at the end, maybe. Ugh. Train drivers. The Fat Controller. What was that? I think someone did a parody like the fat cunt, fat controller. Ugh. We were told what the showrunners thought we needed to know at the time. Fuck. Sauron aligned Haradrim. Yep. Just spoke about that. We're not allowed to say. Huh. Because they're talking about the Southlands. That's interesting. Well, I mean, she's from the Bronwyn's from the Southlands, so I was like, yeah, we're talking about the Haradrim, so they would have to come into it at some point. Like when he's building, but he doesn't really. The Haradrim doesn't really come into Rings, which is ages and ages away. I don't know what they're doing with this fucking show, honestly. It's totally no. There's no canon at all. It was challenging. I wanted to know what would happen. Oh, she wanted to know what would happen because there was too much secrecy. Okay. Oh God, do you want to listen to this? Do you want to watch a bit of this? Yes or no? I'll wait a sec for your answers. Ugh. Yep. All right. Let's have a look. I'm going to change over the audio for it. No. That one. Share audio, I think.
Okay, these are some exclusive images.
Is that coming through?
In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to get told off for these images. I'm going to show you them anyway.
Hi, Inverse. I'm Cynthia Adai Robin.
Like Princess Dees.
I play Nori Brand.
It's nice. Okay.
My name is Sophia Nomveta, and I play Princess Disa.
I'm Morvid, and I'm playing Gladriel in the Rings of Power.
I'm Morvid. Oh, that's certainly smile.
It's quite an interesting moment.
Okay, I saw something.
The moment that I found out that I was going to be joining.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Interesting moment because I was very much laying in a bed post C-section with a baby who was 4 days old.
I was
look, there it is. That's a terrible fucking helmet. So stupid. A spear goes into that, fucking rip and break a neck. How dumb is that?
People at home in lockdown.
I was learning lines for something else, very jet lagged, on the floor of a room. And I got the call and it was the most internal.
And months of
hide, my baby was yours.
I found out I had the role when I was at my first.
Look at her fucking face. You can't just like, ugh, I gotta do this. Ugh.
Toronto Film Festival, and I was getting my hair and makeup done. I got a phone call on the hotel phone saying that I got the job, and I couldn't tell them what it was, so very secret. But we all had a little celebration with them not knowing what I was in, being very supportive.
She had no.
And then I was just very overwhelmed in a good way, and then passed out on stage, and that's how. That's
what she said. She passed out. First female. No, she changed her mind. She said she's the first female dwarf in a prominent role.
I dealt with it.
We have the fearsome infrastructure of Tolkien, the legend Tolkien.
You have no infrastructure of Tolkien's work, you fucking idiot.
But of course, we have us, we have creatives, we have
that don't know how to create a fucking story to save their fucking lives. All right.
Scholars, we have people.
Scholars! The scholar who you fucking told to fuck off. Because he revealed something they shouldn't have. Apparently. Okay.
People who haven't necessarily been introduced to the text in such an intense way before.
Bro, you couldn't even use the text. What are you talking about? And then they're talking about how the text has nothing in it because it's only the cliff notes. What are you talking about? You're introduced to the text. Oh my god.
So we sat round a table and we got to work.
I think lots of actors find rehearsing slightly embarrassing, and that's definitely the case when you're attempting to be 1,000 years old and magical and have pointy ears, and you're just in.
Isn't that a job of an actor? What accent is Morford?
Your gym clothes.
Like many queens before me, you've got
Morford. I don't know. Where's she from? Maybe I think she gotta be British somewhere, or like Scottish. Welsh. She Welsh. That's why it's fucking weird. The Western English. Welsh.
to sort of learn how to walk the walk and talk the talk. So I had a lot of dialect work with our incredible dialect coach Lee. I got to do some horse riding, doing a little bit of just light stunt work just to kind of get a sense of movement in the body.
The rehearsal process was really collaborative. Everyone on set, every department was fully invested in getting it right.
What was it like to wear costumes?
So I remember the first day I stepped into the full hair, makeup, and costume of Bronwyn. We did camera tests that day with our full
look at my very soft elf
regalia. It was the first time we actually realized that we are playing these characters and looked at each other and thought,
Dracula.
It's happening.
What was really special about this character is, of course, we're building something for the first time from the ground up. And so there were many deliberations and collaborations, in fact, on the
Which means you had nothing to work with in the first place if you're building it from the ground up.
costume and how we made.
Also, the costumes are fucking terrible compared to what they did with the original trilogies. Sounding like Star Wars. With the original trilogy, with the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Make Princess Disa come to life.
The very first costume, if I remember correctly, that actually was made for me was armor. You know, I
Look at that fucking goldfish armor. It's terrible. They spent so much money on the sets and the CGI, I reckon. And they're like, the costumes. Like, this is supposed to be the high elves and the higher kingdom of Numenor, and it looks worse than what they did with like the very end of the age of the Third Age. It's fucking stupid.
I have lots of beautiful queenly robes and gowns, but getting armor made is a process.
It was a really special moment when I had my final fitting for Gladriel's armor before shooting for the first time. And all the hair and makeup team were there, all the costume
Awful.
department. And it was very emotional because so much hard work had been put into it. I felt really proud to be wearing all these people's art, really. It was much better than doing it in joggers.
It was so surreal because obviously once you start getting used to putting the ears on and the feet on and the costumes on, it just becomes a part of the daily. But I think being on the phone to a friend of mine in Australia and then me looking in the mirror and seeing myself with kind of a wig cap on and these ears, having these like hairy, huge feet slipping around.
Remember how they used to do the feet with Lord of the Rings? The boys like Elijah and all them would have to sit in a chair for hours while they glued these feet on, and then 10 years? Well, 10 years. 10 years later, they just had slip-on feet. So they were, Elijah came back and was like, I wish we had these back when we were doing Lord of the Rings because it takes like 2 seconds instead of like sitting in a chair for hours every morning.
was quite an experience and very surreal.
It was definitely a long process with the prosthetics and, of course, this incredible wig. We named her Gloria. But I would say that camera test day, when I got to put on this incredible regalia, we had these
Look at how she was looking at the camera.
Test day
Look,
when I got to
look at her. Look at his right here. Look it up. Unfucking believable. The budget, yeah, $1 billion for the first 2 seasons. Yeah, and the props that they made for Desolation of Smaug was crazy in The Hobbit. Like the amount of coins they made for Smaug's lair, unbelievable. Yeah, look at her fucking face.
put on this incredible few kilos per boot, quads of steel by the end of the run. She came alive. That was.
I'll never forget, because the attention to detail that everybody's at the top of their game. So hopefully what you see.
Oh my
is
god,
the
I'm not
hair
going
and
to say what he
makeup
looks like.
Everybody's at the top.
This one over here, holy shit. That looks a bit like some other hood other people might wear. Jesus Christ.
For their game. So hopefully what you see is a lot of love went into this production.
No, it didn't.
One of the things that surprised me while filming is just how scary the orcs are, even though you know
That's what I said before. They're the only thing that looks legit.
they're not real, but the prosthetics are so wonderful that it's really frightening filming with them when you've got those orcs coming at
Yeah, well, it's fucking supposed to be.
you. And then they're equally so
Later, Tyler.
unfrightening when they're drinking a smoothie in between takes.
What I thought was a really pleasant.
Yeah, that was like the Uruk-hai filming Two Towers. Like the dudes are all Maoris, like 6 foot 3, 4, and 140 kilos, big fucking jack dudes. Whew.
Surprise were the days that felt really sort of intimate and small. You know, I have a lot of really beautiful scenes throughout this series as you get.
I didn't really fully appreciate or understand
The fuck is that?
when I got this job was the scope, the scale. And I think the day where it all sort of was like an aha moment was when
See, all this is fucking great. Like the look of it is perfect, but the story of it, good God, it's awful.
we took helicopters to the top of the mountain. And it was as if we were being lifted into the heavens, transported into another world.
That's what I'm thinking about. How are they going to do that with England? Like New Zealand has the perfect sets and scenery for this. How are they going to do this in England? I mean, New England's got a few rolling hills, but some of these scenes are crazy.
To bring this show to you guys, it was so magical. We were in the clouds. It was completely fantastical.
This was my first night ever in New Zealand. It was a karaoke party for someone's birthday. And it was the first time I ever met J.A., the director of the first 2 episodes. And I had like my film camera with me and I took this picture of him. It was Halloween, by the way. It was
doing my ears. I
work when it was picture and this piece.
So
much for watching.
Thank you so much.
Viv and Megan on a boat. Can I just say?
Anyway, fuck that. England with lots of CG. That's what it's gonna have to be. It's what it's gonna have to fucking be. England with CG. Oh, get out of that. All right, let me go back. What are we at now? 85% and 83%. What the heck? No critic reviews yet. What? No reviews now. It's got to be a glitch. There you go. Perry Nemero. What? She's the Collider chick. Huh? Let me do this again. No reviews. Now it's gone up to 90 when it was 83 and 85. And now there's just no reviews anywhere. All right, let me just do a new Rotten Tomatoes page. Let me just do a new one. I'll have a look at IMDb and that. Let me just have a look at a new fresh page. Here it is. First page. Bold, ambitious, gorgeous, full of grandeur. Trending, rings of power. There's nothing. Same thing. They're all gone. There's only that one. There's only this one here. Trying to go back if there's any What? There's a bunch of what is this? If it wasn't made for you, your opinion doesn't matter. Yeah, it wasn't made for you. A Wrinkle in Time, yeah. However, in Ted Lasso, he gives him the book, A Wrinkle in Time, to read it. Because he's the captain. Anyway, this is interesting. Let's just go RT. Let's go. Let's not click that. Let's just go rings. $83. And now there's nothing there at all. What's going on? Would you say Metacritic? Rings of Power, 71. Fuck off. 71. No information. Where's all the 100? 100. Are you fucking kidding me? No negative reviews on Metacritic. All right. This dude gave it 100. Now, is this person, or Daily Beast, this person, did they write articles for the Daily Beast about it? Nick Shaker. Let's look into it. Spell their name. Shaker. So let's put that in. Rings of Power. Six hours ago. Look at this fucking show. I think he hasn't got the memo yet that not everyone's liking it. Amazon's Lord of the Rings series is absolutely stunning and puts House of the Dragon to shame. Now, I can't comment on that because I haven't watched it. But let's have a look at this dude. Okay, buddy. $465 million for its first season alone. Yep, there you go. 100. The dude gave it 100. Okay. But has he done other articles for them about this? He's done a lot of stuff on The Boys, it looks like, but not Rings of Power, which is interesting. Okay. Doesn't look like it. Critic reviews on the bottom. When you click it, they disappear. Yeah, fucking something dodgy, man. Rotten Tomatoes is the weirdest fucking shit, man. But 186. Actually, give me the mixed ones. How do you get mixed? The Telegraph. CNN didn't like it. Time didn't like it. LA Times. Entertainment Weekly. That's the one we read before. Washington Post. Unremarkable. Dialogues corny and inartful. Too many in-tone monologues about the search for the light or the ever vague nature of evil. Yeah, cool. Altered Carbon. That was okay. Relatively uninspired storytelling, deficient in narrative urgency. Yeah, well, when you've got like 5 seasons in the bank, unless they fucking tank this. So there's no plot. There's no simple plot. It's all over the place. That's exactly what we heard before. The scene setting keeps being interrupted by action sequences. So it's like a game. They're trying to make it like a fucking game. Like, oh, here we go, a little bit of narrative. Oh, something happened. You walked into a different area and then something happened. Unbelievable. Let's go back. 23 positives. 100. Dude, your shill is on display. Fucking 100. Collider 91. That was it wasn't Nemiroff. Well, I don't teach with them anymore. Independent, boo. Rolling Stone, Vanity Fair, who's done a bunch of articles for them already. Variety, who's done a bunch of articles for them. Empire, who was working with them. CNET. These are all the same ones that we saw on Rotten Tomatoes. That one too. THR, 70, 63. Still positive, but not as much. All right. Let's It's strange that they've all disappeared. See, it's not even coming up. It's just got cast and crew. There's nowhere to see the actual scores. Here we go. Top critics. Now it's gone. No top critics. So Perry Nemiroff was there. Now it's gone. What is happening? It's funny that we've seen this before. Like when the numbers start to come down, they shut it off. And they just nuke everything. And it's like, well, we haven't got enough numbers yet. Because it went from 100 and it went 96, 93, 88. It says 85 now. And it says 83 on the side, which means it's still coming down. And I think they're trying to stop that. Stop the bleeding. Damage control, yeah. Stop the bleeding. Because, oh man, maybe by the end of the week, next week, it might be in the 60s and 70s if it's allowed to fucking go. Yeah, exactly, Trey. I'm just thinking the same as what you're saying. That's so fucking weird. There we go. The Perry Nemiroff one's back. And then view all critic reviews, 92. 92. No fucking reviews. You all saw that. You all saw it. There's the one there from her video. View all critic reviews. No critic reviews. Top critics. No top critics. We've seen this before with some Star Wars. And originally Captain Marvel, when they just shut the whole thing down and said, "No, you can't review it unless you're a verified user." Unfucking real. Like, it's so blatant now. And with all these major sites coming out and saying, "Yeah, we don't actually like it. It's a disaster." Oof. Look at this, 0% Whoa, that's really bad. What is that? Like 0%? Like, that's gotta be fucking terrible. Anyway, look, 81, it's still going down. The number, obviously the reviews are coming in because it keeps dropping the number. Because it was at 85, 83, now it's at 81. That number is almost in the 70s in a few hours. Yeah, they'll freeze the reviews. I remember that too. So it's not looking good for Rings of Power because the numbers are dropping and nearly in the 70s now. And I think once it hits the 70s, it's not a good look for Amazon. And I think they've hit the wall. They've finally hit the wall. Like, no amount of all the shilling, the publishing, all these articles and fucking puff pieces from before it came out is going to save this show based on what the numbers are right now. And now I can't even read them again. It's just so blatantly obvious that someone is behind this site going, "Hey, let's put it on the back burner and just hide the numbers for now, or hide the reviews for now, not the numbers," because now it's down at 81. 81. Now there's another number that's come in that's lowered it. Another rating that's come in. 77 to 17. See, there was 2 before that we could read. Now there's 17 and we can't read any of them. Unfucking real. Like, does this happen for other things? Does this happen for other stuff? Let's just go to the latest ones that are on here and see if, like, there's actual stuff out. Like, there's 5 reviews. It's not a very good show. Okay, but are there reviews down here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all there. They're all right there, and they're all negative. So that's why it's got 0 stars, 0 whatever %. But they're all there. They're all negative. Go to another one. Okay, 82%. So it's got some negative ones. They're all there, right there for you to see. Multiple rotten ones. Now, those ones with 100 and stuff might only be like 1 or 2 reviews. That's why. Oh, 26 reviews. Interesting. But they're all there. So it doesn't look like it's an issue with the site. It's the issue is they keep getting the numbers in and it keeps coming down more and more from 100 to now 81 in the space of what? 3 hours? Do I have special access because you still see 83? I don't know. I've just been opening up different tabs to see what works. Are you on your phone too? It might be different on the phone or different, or if you're on Chrome or like what I'm on. I don't know. It might be that too. But it says 80. It says 90 now here. So they tried to pick it back up. It says 90 when it says 81 on the main. Even though there's still 94 ratings. This is they're doing it again. They are doing it again. Look, I'd really like to sit here the whole time and look at this and wait till it pops up, but it's fucking nearly 6:30 in the morning over here, and I want to go to bed because tonight, well, I got to get up to later in the arvo, do a workout, and then tonight the footy finals start, so I'll be watching that. Maybe on stream too. Might stream the footy tonight. And then when I wake up later in the Arvo, I'll see what the numbers are here and see if they actually have these ratings. But it's clear that they are in damage control because there are no reviews and the numbers have gone from 100% to 81%. And fuck you, give me the details. And it's gone from 2 rotten ratings, which was Grace Randolph and Ask.com, to 17 rotten ratings, and we can't read any of them positive or negative. Unbelievable. Not really. It's totally believable. Oh. Well, that was fun. And fuck Amazon. There you go. Was there any updates on the any more articles that came out? Oh fuck. Let's do this. Let's do this. Rings. Oh, wow. Also, what was trending before? Peter Jackson's Tolkien or Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. But yeah, if anyone wants to, just go back in the stream, take screenshots of the numbers and the reviews, and then put it to the one I just showed you and be like, look, they're covering it up. Yep. Unbelievable. Yeah, there's people posting some things, but nothing really much. But on that note, I am fucking tired. 6:30 in the morning. Thank you, everyone. Oh, what is today? Thursday, footy, Friday. Might do my What the Friday stream again. I'll probably be awake at that time at night. And also more footy on Friday night, finals. And Saturday night, more finals. And full Aussie. Let me just check my Streamlabs just in case. All good. Alrighty, let me do this. Oh, where's my outro? There it is. Alright, thank you, everyone. I'll see you next time.
Do not go gentle into that good night.
Dear fuck! God! Damn it, Jerry!
Rage against the dying of the light.
No! God! Fucking